Now then, welcome back to another episode of HyperAntix. How you doing? I'm up here. I'm right up here. Up here, spending the night looking over my build and having a good look down at the layout to see if it looks okay. The size and shape and everything like that. I'm over here at the new site, the new area where we're going to be building a Nordic-themed pirate base. Yes, full of magic and wonder and excitement and, well, lots of magic anyway. I'm going to be going through all the magic mods, but first I need a base location. Somewhere to spend the night, somewhere to store my stuff, somewhere to basically hide instead of having to build this great big pillar in the sky so the mobs can't get me. So, I'm going to be doing that today. So first off, let me show you what we got here. I suppose it would be a good idea to show you on the map first, so you understand where the location is. Right, so we came and explored and found this area as Site 3 during a live stream in the last episode. I've since found a little village down there, which is nice, and checked that this sort of section is right, and there's a little village on the end there as well, a little fishing port. So it's all good to have villages down the sides here and then have a load of pirate vessels and stuff inside the bay, and then the actual like Nordic builds would look good in this sort of area. So I decided to build the main house first, of course, the main house being this section here, and I've tried to line it up with the contours of the grounds just to try and get it started. So it's going to be a Viking longhouse. That is basically what we've got going on down there. And hopefully that will end up looking good. Let's get rid of that. I'm doing a little bit of testing some things out, rather than just building it straight up, and just getting it done in a very vanilla style, which kind of did at spawn. At spawn I built vanilla first and then started adding modded items in. I'll probably do similar again because it's just simpler to build straightforward. I might try a few chisel blocks this time though, and give it a little bit of more of a push. But yeah, I've marked the corners of the chunks, so I managed to line it up exactly in chunks, so that's the dead center, and the line of the chunks goes straight between the sections there. So I've mirrored it on all 4 chunks, so it's within 4 chunks. Yeah, it's within 4 chunks, and I've mirrored it within 4 chunks, which is good. I like, and that allows me to just make sure that I'm fully symmetrical and everything was the right counts and stuff like that. That's all I've done that for. But in order to protect this area, I also want to protect myself when I'm in this area. And when I'm in this place, I need protection. So what I've done is I've built it too high off the ground with these logs to make it feel like it's been elevated on posts. So we're putting the posts up, and then we're going to make the floor on top of this level, and then bring some stairs down and stuff like that. Fill in some odd gaps and make sure that it's all nice and safe. I'll probably put a great big fire pit in the middle here, so it's holding still. Holding on the first floor a fire pit. And probably over here, yeah, I think over the right hand side, I might build a well in the ground here, so that we've got an infinite water source on at all times that looks like it was meant to be, like a well type thing. I could possibly put a well outside, but I want to get something indoors as well, just as an infinite water source. But what I want to do is protect this area from mobs coming in underneath and just sort of sneaking out from the building and going, ha, here we are. So I need to light it all up and sort it all out. The one thing that I thought about doing, which I'm just about to test, is just put a fence around the inside edge of everything. And yeah, I think that'll probably do. I might do it a too high fence just so it looks like it's also holding up the insides. Or holding up the first floor, should I say. It'd be kind of like extra supports underneath there. If we have a look like that. Yeah. So it's fortifying the underside again. Yeah, that's good. Well, I like that. I like that a lot. Mobs can't get through, which will be great. I also need to light up inside these cages to make sure that there's no mobs coming in this way, or being created this way, should I say. And I don't know what to use for a light source, so I'm guessing I'll just use my illumination one for now. And what's the F7 like? Let's see. If we've got this here, let's do dig down one and put a wand source there. That does the whole of the inside and a little bit on the outside edge. Okay, so let's do that again here. I want the lighting to be hidden. There's the ultimate goal, to keep the lighting hidden, but also make sure that mobs can't spawn in the underside like that. So that's pretty much hidden. I could probably find one of those ground-based mossies or something and try and stick that on top of the light, if there were any. I'm sure there will be some somewhere. I'll find them and I'll pick them up. So I want to do the whole of the underside like that. But another thing that I want to achieve at the same time is having access to things underneath. So let's say that this is the kitchen here. This end kitchen? Did I say this end kitchen or that end kitchen? That end kitchen. Let's say that this end is the kitchen over here. I want to be able to come down into the kitchen. This doesn't look right either. Maybe not. I want to come down into the kitchen anyway and have an area where I can then open up like a... Well, where do we got here? Open up a gate and go through the gate into the underneath of the house, to be able to go in and around the underside, to go and tend to things if I need to tend to things down here. So there's the other thing that I want to do, and that would mean that I have a gate here as well, so that the inside section here has a way through between the two. So this is just kind of a little walkway between two sections of fences, like so, allowing me access to the underside. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to put a load of fences up. I've been chopping down a lot of trees, so I've got a lot of spruce, so I'm just going to make lots and lots of fences for the underside. Okay, so now that I've done all of the framing inside of the fences, I've got a good place to just sort of hang out that's better than being out here in the wild. I've got myself plenty of lighting done. Brought my bed inside, or I've made a bed, killed some sheep, made some bed. Got my stuff inside on the underneath the house itself. And hopefully from the outside, the house is going to look very good still. The low level of the house, like this, is going to look very good. I've just put some half slabs in so that I can start going around and adding the next level on. And I think the next level is basically going to be loads of wood. Loads of wood. What I'm doing is throwing all my junk in there. But I got... was it in there? It's in the other pack. In the other pack. Yeah, I've got a load of spruce that I got from earlier by chopping down the trees to clear this area in the first place. So now I just need to get up on there. Oh, I didn't mean to do it twice. Get up on here and start setting up the groundwork. Now, this is probably going to look a bit odd because it's going upright instead of across. Might need to change that around. There is a way of doing something to make just the bark showing. I wonder if that's going to look any better. So it's bark from whichever angle you look at it. I don't know if I want to do the bark from whichever angle you look at it. I guess from the top it's going to look a little bit better. But I don't see it as realistic. So I might do making the logs come across rather than going that way. Let's get rid of that one. Make the logs come across. So we've got as if they laid the logs down to make the initial outline and laid a load of logs together on top of these posts for the initial borders, like, and then it'll look good from the top as well does mean that I'll have an end of the log showing at one place or another, but that'll be okay. Hey zombie, how you doing? I've killed so many of these guys that have got cyberware. I would like to have a go at cyberware, but I'm not going to go into the wired stuff and cyberware stuff. I'm not going to go into it. If you want to check that out, then check out Voodoo Beard. Voodoo Beard has been doing lots of videos on the cyberware, getting everything you possibly can for cyberware, getting the ultimate cyberware gear. Check Voodoo Beard out for that. I'm going to be doing magic. So if you want to stick around for some magic, then I will make it happen. This is where the magic's going to happen, people. This is where the magic's going to happen. Alright, I need to do the foundations like this all the way around, and then go and put, well, a ceiling to this level, I guess, but a floor to the first area that I'm going to be building, the first part. And that should be a good defense against anything coming and getting me. I've built in a well. I'm building that in as a well, so into the kitchen. I've been planting and harvesting tons and tons of trees, and I've done the floor in a modded block. Look, I've chiseled some spruce planks. Chiseled some spruce planks. And I've started trying to figure out a layout. So I want double doors at each end of the hall. This one, I'm thinking this will be into a stairwell with a little turnaround bit here. And under the stairs cubby hole. Under the stairs cubby hole. Into the kitchen. The kitchen is going to have the well there. I brought this in one, so I'll have access to the water, but I can kind of frame the well to make sure that it doesn't look like you can fall into it. I think that this section needs to be cobble, because I would like to have some kind of fire. So I'll probably go with that bit cobble there, and get back down here. I don't know how that's going to affect me down here. I suppose it'll be okay. I'll sort something out. And I also want the main hearth, because the Vikings would have had a great big central hearth fire. And I'm going to surround it in cobblestone, at least 2 thick, so that the ongoing fire won't actually burn anything. I don't think I'm going to catch fire to the planks, but I could be mistaken. I don't know. I could be mistaken. Next up, though, without that, I want to start harvesting some oak, because I feel like there's too much spruce involved. So I'm going to start using oak. I'm just testing out a trim of oak around here to stop things spawning on the ledge outside. But I reckon that I need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 high, and then maybe even 5 high for the overall, I think. But I'm going to need to have windows and also beams across. Now, I've been thinking about a different plan for beams, a different way of doing beams, using fences. It's simple enough to understand. I'm using fences instead of beams, but I'm just doing that just to test it out. Yeah, I want it at least this high. I think I might end up with a double thickness of that, yeah. But from the outside, and for a change as well, I'm working in twos. Because I wanted double doors, and I wanted those double doors to fit right. A single door fits nicely into a 3, but a double door fits nicely into a 2, of course. So I've been going with 2s today. I don't know if I like it, but we'll see. I'm going to keep progressing and hopefully get somewhere with it soon. Let's see. Let's at least try and get the first section done, like the first side, just so that I can see it in action. Let's put the beam of wood across. I'll fill in the lower levels in a minute. Yeah, and oh, I thought that was at the end. Oh well, let's go this way then. Okay, and I'm down now. That's at the end. And which was my way in? My way in's the other side. Okay, let's just do a little temporary jump stack. Right, okay. And that is at the end there. Okay, so we get this one out. And boom, 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 boom. I might do just fences at the top here, just to just to change it up a little bit, give it some other character, and I'll do all the insides very similar. I'll do the other side almost exactly. It will be a mirror image on the inside, over the other side there. I just kind of want to feel for size. See, that doesn't feel high enough. It feels okay for the first level, so I'm going to have to do a multi-story home. And what else have we got? Have I got enough oak at the minute? I've got one piece of oak left, so no, I haven't got enough oak at the minute. I should think that I've got some oak ready. Yeah, I've been planting tons of saplings. I don't actually want this much stuff outside the front, but I've just been planting a load of saplings so I can get at least the wooden side of the build sorted. I will be going into Botania and blood magic and roots and all sorts of other magical mods that are in the pack. I think those are the main three, really. A little bit of mystical agriculture to grow a few useful resources and things. I will be doing that starting as soon as I've got this build done. So this episode we are building a home. Next episode we will definitely be starting all the magics. So if you've got any tips, leave them down in the comments below so I can see what you would do, what you guys would think of as a good tip to how to start all these magic mods. I'm just going to layer all these saplings around because they'll grow. Yeah, which one you would like to see first? I don't want to start with a great big blood magic altar. I'll probably put that up on the hill. Is that way or that way? Up on the hill over there. You can't see because of all the trees at the minute. Put that up on the hill. And then just basic crafting and stuff will probably end up being done in here, I should think. Let's see. Let's get 2 or 3. I'm going to have to go and do some more building very soon. And let's try these. Oh, the slopes are in it. The slopes for oak are in it as well. That'll be good. And let's have my kind of trademark oak trims as well. Let's test those out. Have another sleep. I'm sleeping so much. I can tell that the time's passing by today with this build so rapidly because I've slept so many times. I seem to keep running back to here over and over again. Let's see. Now, I've tried before where I've done like an upturned step with a fence window. So like a fence windowsill. Or a fence window, if you like. And I've also tried doing slightly different things with trapdoors and stuff as well, just to try and keep things interesting. Thanks, cat. You want to go out? Yeah, I'll let you out in a second. Let me finish recording first, you silly cat. So that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad. I will mess with it a little bit more, let the cat out, and try and finish this level off. I've got to do a lot of chopping trees. A lot of wood. I've got to get some stairs fitted in here soon. Oh, I missed the jump. I missed the parkour jump. I got to get some stairs fitted in here soon because this is ridiculous running around like this. I'm starting with having like a little alcovey bit underneath the first bit. So, yeah, for the roof, it's going to come out like that. I'm going to use the slopes though. And then the next one goes on top of there, which means this is still visible from this inside edge, just to give a bit more. And from the inside, we are going to have a double layer, I think, before it goes into the oak ceiling going up and over the top. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Just to give us just like trying to keep it so that the oak isn't overpowering and the spruce isn't overpowering. Just trying to keep that contrast between the two so it looks interesting, but at the same time, not overpowering. I think the oak roof with the spruce main house is probably going to look the most like, because I think the lighter wood would look good for the rooftop on here. I've already done a spruce one as well. I've got more spruce than anything oak around here as well, which is a bit of a shame that I chose to do it that way around, but I've got to follow what I think is going to be right for it. So I am. This would go... No, not there. I can also fill these last few in. I went with a spruce on top to go with the spruce on the bottom. Have those like that and that like that to give it the overall feel of things. I just got a lot more to do now, really. I've just got a lot more to do. And my big, awesome chopper, my awesome tree chopper, has now ran out of durability. So I may have to take a trip back to spawn as well. So I will see how much I can get done for today's episode, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it, to be honest. We shall see, we shall see. See, I like the contrasting colours, the contrasting wood types. Just keeps it interesting as much as possible around here, which is good. Alright, let's take a little look from further away, and then I'll do some tree chopping and catch up. Yeah, something like that. Just slightly bigger, yeah, and then the roof can come on. Alright, I'm going to get a load of oak wood. I may as well go back to spawn for that as well, because I've got tons of it already grown at spawn. Bring a load back with me, hi cow, and try and get a rooftop on. Okay, so carefully hidden behind the trees, you could just about see the woodwork poking through of the finished build. It's taken me all day, many Minecraft days, that's for sure. I have chopped down... feels like 1,000 trees in order to harvest the wood in order to make this thing happen. So without further ado, I guess you should see it. It's my interpretation of a Viking longhouse. I'm quite pleased with it, but it needs a little bit more colour up the top there. I think I need to put some maybe the darker woods again up the top instead of the oak. But I had to go with the oak because I was chopping down loads of oak trees at the time. So I had oak in my inventory. My inventory's a mess full of bits of wood and stuff. I went with sloped roofs as well, just to see if I could make it look nice with that. And I feel like it's okay. Over the course of the series, I'm sure that it will adapt and change and have a little bit of greenery here and a little sparkle of magic there and a little bit of this and a little bit of that as it grows with me and the series. But overall, I'm very pleased with the shape and size of it. I had to go onto the internet and have a good look around to see if I could find an example in Minecraft and also examples in the real world of what these Viking longhouses look like. And I got some of the detail work, like these bits on the top and the tiered sloping bits and pieces like that. Quite a bit of it from other Minecraft builds. And I'm pleased with the end result. I am pleased with the end result. Let's go and have a look inside now. Let's go and take a proper look inside. I've still got it so that it's secure against mobs. So it's jump over a little gap so they can't get in and can't come and get me. So it's quite safe. And also pretty well lit. I think I've checked F7 over and over again while I've been building it to make sure it was nice and safe and nothing can spawn in here. I tried fences for beams for a change. I said earlier on that I was going to give it a go. And I saw a picture of the internals like this. And I thought it looked really good, so I decided that that's the way forward. That's the way I was going to do it. And I'm quite pleased with the spacing overall as well. Just the too wide gap seems to lend itself well to this particular design, this particular build. And I'm singing my own praises. I got the fire pit in the middle. I need to get some netherrack and light it, and then do some kind of structure over the fire pit to prevent me from walking into the fire, but also have the fire burning in the hearth in the centre of the place. We've got two sides as well, which are kind of enclosed little areas. We've got a little area here, which I put some stairs in, and a room at the back. Quite nice, not bad. Plenty of space to expand into and do all my magic in. The other floor is slightly different. I went with a slightly dog-legged stairwell going up this way instead of a stairs in a room. And this is the room that I've been working out of, getting all my stuff and sorting it all out. And a little bit of the cupboard under the stairs, and then into the kitchen where I'm going to put some furnace-y type stuff in here for cooking things, and I'm going to put a water source down here in the well. That was the other plan that we've already discussed. So then on to the first floor, and I'm quite pleased with the first floor, even though it's quite tight because of the ceilings and stuff. There's still some nice shaped sized rooms as well. A good lookout on the different terrain as well. I like that. And there's a little side room here as well for a bit of study and storage and bits and pieces. A good little overview of them. A great hall. And then we've got the stairwell up and the stairwell down. Another little room here as well with another good look over the hall. And a little cubby hole on the side of it. The other side's pretty much the same as well. So I won't bother showing you the other side. I'm sure you'll see plenty of it during the series. We've got a little out onto the roof terrace again. I quite like these roof terrace bits, but the extra bit of detail was in the roof here, trying to figure out how to get the slopes to fit nicely around it all, to give us that Viking long ship head type thing that they have on their ships. And this is a great view of the bay where we'll be having a few ships and bits and pieces. I plan on expanding out in both directions, towards the bay and away from the bay, with other builds and other structures and things that will house most of the magic. Most of the magic will happen elsewhere, but this is going to be like my home, my base of locations for crafting and sorting things out, and spending hours manipulating bits and pieces in my inventory to get the stuff that I want done. Another shot of this side. It took quite a while to get identical sides, to get it all identical. Once I had changed it a few times, I got there eventually. And then there is another floor up as well, which actually, there isn't another floor up. I lie. It's just, it goes up to a flat ceiling. I was thinking about putting another floor on, but when I checked it out from down there, it just seemed to be a little bit too high, so I capped it all off and sorted it all out. Let's see if we can... I don't think I can get up. Oh, yeah, I can. Yes, I can. Let's have a quick look on the top. So everything's covered in half slabs. We've got lots of detail on the top here just to keep it interesting. This section needs a bit of half slabbing to do stuff. And I may bring some stone, some cobblestone up here, like the builds at spawn, just to give it a little bit more colour. And I may change some of the woodwork a little bit here and there as well. But that'll be over time. I went with a very mundane colour scheme, but I hope you agree it's looking good. I do like the looking over the Great Hall from the balconies here. It's pretty cool looking, isn't it? And it really looks good from downstairs as well. So yes, that is it. That is good and that is done. And I've got to remember that this is the way down the stairs, yes. I've not done anything special with the floor up here. So I may change all the floor blocks to give them a different type of flooring. And maybe even put some carpet down somewhere. But that is it for today's episode. I'm afraid that is all I've got time for. This episode is going out late already anyway. And now it's taken me all day to do this. I need a rest. I need to go and do something else instead of Minecraft for a bit. But don't you fear. I will be back tomorrow with another episode of something Minecrafty. And then in a couple of days you will see where we start. Hey, get off. Get off. Get off. I'm doing my outro. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. I'm trying to beat him up here like this. It's not working, is it? It's not working. How did you get up? Hey, get up. Okay, maybe I didn't make it so good after all. Oh man, they're all coming now. Oh, great outro, great outro. What made them be able to jump up? Oh, that's too close. That's why it happened. Oh man. Hi everybody and goodbye. Thank you very much for watching another episode of HyperAntix. I will see you in the next very soon. And goodbye.